Germany has recalled its ambassador to Iran over the execution of a dual German-Iranian national in Tehran. The ambassador was reportedly summoned by Iranian officials after he protested in what he said was the strongest possible terms. The execution of Jamshid Sharmahd has sparked outrage here in Germany and beyond. He was convicted on terror charges last year in what Germany and international rights groups denounced as a sham trial.
Executed by Tehran for crimes his family says he didn't commit. Jamshid Sharmahd was kidnapped and then taken to Iran against his will. The Iranian German dissident and vocal critic of the Islamic Republic was abducted in 2020 in Dubai by Iranian security forces and then convicted on disputed terror charges. Germany's Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock was quick to strongly condemn Iran for his execution. Posting on social media, she said,
"The killing shows once again what kind of inhumane regime rules in Tehran, a regime that uses death against its youth, its own population, and foreign nationals."
Adding that the execution of a German national would have serious consequences, she expressed her heartfelt sympathy for Sharmahrd's family. But Sharmahrd's daughter rejected Baerbock's condolences, posting a defiant video of herself in support of her father on social media. Gazelle Sharmahd instead heaped accusations on the German government.
"We do not want any statements or condolences that do not include the immediate return of my father, dead or alive, and a severe punishment for the Islamic regime murderers."
Having threatened Iran with severe consequences, Germany is now under scrutiny as to what it will do next.
Well, for more on this, our political correspondent Julia Saudelli is here in the studio with me. Julia, great to see you. So before we discuss what's next, bring us up to date on what happened diplomatically between Iran and Germany.
So what we saw today was the use of pretty traditional diplomatic tools that countries use to show dissatisfaction with each other. And it's not the first time that such tools are used. For example, both countries expelled each other's diplomats after Sharmahd was sentenced to death in Iran. But what we saw today was initially the German foreign ministry here in Berlin summoning the Iranian chargé d'affaires here in Berlin. Iran currently doesn't have an ambassador here in Berlin, so it's the chargé d'affaires that gets summoned for a talk. And at the same time, in Tehran, the German ambassador there presented an official protest to the Iranian foreign ministry, and there was a discussion between the German ambassador there in Tehran and the Iranian foreign minister. And after that, Germany recalled its ambassador from Tehran to come back to Berlin and consult with the foreign ministry here. Now, when it comes to summoning an ambassador, this is a quite classic diplomatic tool to show some discontent, and it can range from having a chat to actually really showing some dissatisfaction. When an ambassador is recalled for consultations, it really sends a strong signal that the government isn't really happy with the counterpart. And in this case, we can think that possibly Germany is looking with their ambassador on what next steps to take.
Well, we actually heard as well from Germany's foreign minister, Annalena Baerbock, who has threatened, quote, further consequences for Tehran. What could that mean?
Well, she's not the only one. We also heard from the EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, that he also talked about possible measures that can be taken. And we heard from the EU commissions that these could be any kinds of measures. But what seems the most likely are sanctions against Iran. Now, the EU already has sanctioned individuals in Iran and also members of the Revolutionary Guard, which is Iran's elite military group. And we know that Germany has shown that it would like to sanction the entirety of the Revolutionary Guards. And there have been reports that German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock has brought forward an official proposal in the EU, in Brussels, to sanction the entire Revolutionary Guard under the EU's terrorism sanctions. Now, some of the individual members are sanctioned because they are part of Iran's nuclear program, because of human rights violations, or because of support to the war in Ukraine. this other batch of sanctions would involve the entirety of the group, and it would also have potentially economic consequences because the Revolutionary Guard controls lots of parts of the economy in Iran, different sectors, and this would mean asset freezes for the members. So it would be quite a strong political signal coming from Germany and the EU.
Yeah, well, we'll be keeping a close eye on that, of course. We'll leave it there. DW's political correspondent, Julia Saudeli, thanks for that.